Go to
more,
participants.
Wait,
and
hang
then
on.
More.
Oh, no, hang on.
You're live now.
I don't have participants under more, and I just lost my...
It won't be under more. Participants will be under the main, your Zoom.
I gotcha. Hang on.
You can X out that screen, and it will be along the bottom, and then on your main Zoom menu. Across the bottom will say participants, and you'll see your name. Well, you'll see Heather's host, and then you'll see the more option.
We probably should have done this earlier. I'm under participants, but when I hit participants, it's
a box will pop up.
Yeah, okay, right, gotcha.
And then more will be right beside your
I got it.
host name, and then you'll be able to change it. I can change anyone else's, but I can't change yours because you're host.
Yep.
There you go. You got it.
Right. Okay, and I need to go more. Oh no, it says stop live stream, but I need to. Oh, I am live streaming on custom.
You're live right now. Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, I'm not supposed to have the video on right this second. Maybe I'll stop the video for a moment until we go live. And
yeah, we have 3 minutes.
Okay. We were supposed to be chatting for a few minutes, but that's okay. I'm just seeing if it is live streaming. Okay, YouTube is working. Can't see if Facebook's working or not. Maybe it starts in 2 minutes, and so it's not working yet. Oh, looks like I am online. Right, I am going to lose that. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to stop my video for a moment. Yeah, so hope everybody shows up.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be here?
Yeah, I'm hoping they're not blocked somehow. So I'm going to go check real quick.
Well, exciting times. It's I think we're there, guys.
I'm so glad that you have this. Here, honey, can you move your tea? Your tea.
And we're actually on now.
Okay. Yeah, this sucks.
Remember telethons on TV when you were a kid?
They were en español.
You know, I'm really excited about tonight. But I just can't stop thinking about telethons for some reason. You know, like all those variety acts interspersed with chat. You know, like
Yes, I remember that.
comedy guys and animal acts and little girls throwing batons in the air.
And a sad story.
Yes. And the red noses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of course, the cause. But then followed up with comedy again, and sometimes a song.
Did you say a song? No, I can't think.
Hey.
So you fancy a cup of coffee? Live from the UK, it's Glory Company's Friday Night Live. It's Friday Night Live with Glory Company. I don't know who's on YouTube or Facebook. 2-for-1 album fundraiser live. Concerned about this.
Move it.
Brought to you by Rocket Fuel. With special guest Pearl Nagy and Matthew Nagy.
Nice responses. Smiles.
And your hosts from our Father's Business Alliance, Heather Rayner. And now, here's Heather.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Our special guests are Pearl and Matthew Nagy of Glory Company. Today, we are celebrating the launch of their 40-day 2-for-1 studio album fundraiser. This is an exciting opportunity for us all to trade into Pearl and Matthew's rocket fuel journey. So I know you guys have made a video to tell us all about this. Let's roll the clip.
What? Oh, sorry, we didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Matthew Nagy.
And I'm Pearl Nagy.
And welcome to Glory Company's fundraising video. It's not playing. Over 10 years ago, when we began to spend our Friday nights seeking God's tangible presence, we felt Papa say, "Will you make a platform for my glory for others to engage me like this?" We said yes, and Glory Company was born. We started hosting glory parties, devoting 2 to 3 hours of musical worship once a month. We wrote loads of songs in our private or corporate worship time. Songs were of all different genres, but all had either a joyful glory party style or our throne room deep resonance. We started to record the Dinky studio album, which was meant to be our first release. Dinky has all the favorite hit songs from the early years of Glory Company. Glory Company, Our God is Bigger, 7, This is Jesus, The Party Song, Holy Holy, Blissed Out, I Don't Want to Go Back to Normal, Fullness of Life, and of course, Dinky. But Dinky and the rest of the songs have been trapped in digital limbo for 10 years now. Look at that poor donkey trapped there, just waiting to be finished and released from captivity into the world. Here's where you can help us.
If you help support a fundraiser, we can release the donkey.
Yay! But wait, there's more. There's also a second studio album.
Ooh.
In the middle period of Glory Company, when we were playing at Love Fest and David's 10 every year, as well as carrying on glory parties, we wrote a whole second album of material that is yet to even be recorded. All the favorite hits of that period need to be recorded and released as well. Songs such as Amen, Glory, Hallelujah, We Drink You In, Yahweh Vave studio version, The Lord's Prayer, and others, plus some new songs the Lord has given us during our sabbatical period as well.
Do you like a bargain? Your support will allow us to release both albums. 2 for the price of 1.
And everybody who supports us will receive a digital copy as soon as they are available. But you know what? We're not just asking for a handout.
Through Rocket Fuel, we've made a cool new shop so that you can buy some really fun exclusive Glory Gummy merchandise. There are live albums on CD, specially signed copies, lyric art, t-shirts with Glory Gummy lyrics, one-off exclusive items, and some face-to-face time with us to help you finish your own song or to pray and prophesy over you. You'll also be able to become a monthly supporter of Glory Company with some lovely monthly rewards, such as new monthly worship video logs, advanced listens to new music we'll be writing and recording. And of course, you'll also be able to simply trade into Glory Company with any gift with which you choose to honor us.
Thank you so much for supporting our fundraiser, our 2-for-1 studio album.
Thank you for helping us raise £15,000 to finally fulfill our dream, release the donkey and our second studio album. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes, we do love you.
We're standing by right now on the phone lines, waiting for your pledges to come in.
Aren't they coming by email?
Yes, of course.
Thank you once again, and bless you. Blessings and bliss from Matthew and Pearl of Glory Company.
Wow. That's so awesome, guys. That was amazing. Oh, thank you for playing that. So I have known you guys for just years and years. And when I first met you guys, you were a house church, a mystic house church that was taking Heavenly Realms understanding, ascending and courts and so forth, and just walking that out. And it was so powerful. And you guys have got lots of different hats. Pearl, I'm super excited and just honor your journey as a health practitioner.
Thank you.
Yes, natural health practitioner. And Matt, I know that both of you are speakers as well as worship leaders, as well as community leaders and business leaders yourself, and are leaders of a large family of young children as well.
Yeah.
And you're also a business mentor in Our Father's Business Alliance as well, Matt. So lots of serious stuff going on there, but music doesn't have to be serious though, does it?
Yeah, exactly. One thing about Glory Company is that we bring the glory, and when the glory comes, it's joyful, and it's freeing, and it's often quite messy, but a good messy. People fall on the floor kind of messy, or people dancing around kind of messy, but it's not and that's not even the only hat. Let's take off the joy hat. We've also got the kind of deep worship hat as well when we get going after the joy, because you enter with praise and thanksgiving, and then you simmer in the union with God, during worship. So awesome. We got both.
Awesome. Well, I just love Dinky Donkey. I remember dancing to it, and that joy often breaks stuff off us that nothing else will break off. I'd love to hear it. Can you?
Yeah. Here, let's listen to a little chorus from Dinky Donkey. Here we go.
Dinky donkey riding on a donkey with my Jesus riding to Jerusalem, yeah. All the people cry glory, honor, power. Even the rocks cry out, ah. Even the rocks cry out, ah. Even the rocks cry out, ah. Even the rocks cry out, ah.
So that's a little taste of the album. In faith that the fundraise that we're doing is going to be met. We started to begin to mix some of the songs that have been sitting for 10 years unmixed, just recorded and ready to go. So that's a little snippet from the first song of the album. So
that is awesome. I just love Dinky Donkey. It just brings me straight back into that place of worship where we were all dancing together, just so amazing. I'm just there again. And the sponsorship that you're offering is an amazing opportunity. And there's so much in it. It's just like in Aladdin's cave. I was looking at it earlier, and it's just like so rich. So I'd just like to ask you to walk us through that again, because I had a few questions as we were going through the video. Like you talked about giving healing sessions. Pearl, I really want to know about that, because until recently you were a physical health practitioner where someone has to actually go to you and be in the room with you. So how is that going to actually work?
It's thank you for mentioning, and thank you so much for loving us, and thank you first of all everybody for showing up. It's so lovely to have you guys, and to share our just what we're doing and our vision for the future. To answer your question, so a natural in my practice, of course, I do need to have the people coming in, but COVID happened, and
Sure
I wasn't able to practice for 4 ages, and all of us, and so especially so I think when I think it was especially so if you have a clinic that comes, where the entrance is in your own property, then the rules are totally different. So during the COVID and the lockdowns and everything, I started looking into new therapies to add to another notch on my belt. And one of these therapies was emotional and trauma release. And I find trauma and emotional release and trauma release, that's all very, very close to my heart. And in the past and still current, one way that I would see that happen would be through this this massage that is used with very, very pure essential oils, and the oils themselves, and the massage, the touch and the massage that actually is able to release some, not just boost immunity, but also release. What? I don't know what that is. Oh, yes, of course. So Matt was giving me cues, and I didn't know what that meant. So anyway, he's basically saying, we do have other stuff to talk about. It's like,
oh, but I could listen to you.
Talk about the emotional release, because this is, we wanted to offer one of the things that we were told to offer by our coach was offer some face-to-face time.
Yes.
And so there are 3 things that are on the fundraising page, and one is this. It's an hour session just with Pearl. Doing this new thing, which she can do over Zoom, which is exciting.
Awesome. And just in a nutshell now, the way that works, and is very easy for believers to understand, is basically it works remotely because there is no distance in prayer. And just like there is no distance in prayer, there's also no distance in direct declaration and releasing of any trapped emotions or traumas. And it's the fastest way that I've seen that has released trapped emotions from the body, the quickest that I have seen. And it's wonderful to be able to work remotely with anyone in the world. So that's really fabulous.
Wow, that is amazing, Pearl. I already have a list of people I would like to refer to you. So that is 150 pounds, 200 American dollars. Is that right?
It's 125 pounds. It's about $140.
Okay, awesome.
Some of the pricing on the stuff is not the exact pricing of the item, but it's like the item, and it's like a trade or sponsorship or a gift into the 2-for-1 studio albums that we need to pay for. But the trade comes, the level of the trade then has a reciprocal gift back. Yes. And in this case, so about 125 pounds or about $150 is an hour of this session with Pearl.
That's so great. That's so great. So if anybody watching has got somebody in your life who is hurting, who has maybe lost a loved one, who has gone through trauma, perhaps with COVID or with something else, if you would like to purchase your loved one a session with Pearl, that will just be awesome. And also, Matt, I'm really excited about your offer to help people to write their own songs. That is amazing. So what do people have to have already done in order to approach you and say, hey, dude, will you please help me to flesh this out? And what kind of end product would they have after a session with you?
It really depends. I've been making music for over 40 years. I've loved music for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And this is the glory. So, and
no, that's your glory. She's your glory.
Yeah, she's my glory. In case you thought I was younger, but if somebody comes to me with like a song that they think they've finished, but they want some help and advice, that's great, and I can kind of help hear things and help arrange things and help the mix or whatever. But they might, some people might just say, my goodness, I've got a song in my heart. Here's my iPhone version of it. And I mean, I could even help them with that. So yes. Either way, it's all good.
That is spectacular, Matt. I have not heard of anybody else doing that anywhere at all. And to have someone doing that who is already in heavenly realms, that is awesome. That's just amazing. So that is on offer on, I presume, a first come, first served basis, because you only have 24 hours in a day. So if you
yes.
I want to take advantage of that, rock up. You also have some t-shirts, some other merchandise, which I think we saw, and that's exciting. Are we able to hear some more?
While we talk about, I'll just
music.
I'll get on there real quick. Where is it? Yes. So the website, if you follow the fundraise page, the website takes you to the various items. You'll land on the featured product, which is a selection of items from the other pages. You've got all our old albums. These are live albums. These are much easier for us to release than studio albums, because they're pre-recorded, the whole band already, and we just need to mix them. And there are a bunch of packages and things like that you can get. You can also pre-order CD versions of Dinky Donkey and The Sound of Heaven, which are the two new albums that we are making. You also have a selection of hoodies with Glory Company lyrics or logos or album covers, a selection of men's and women's sweatshirts in multiple colors, a selection of men's and women's t-shirt in multiple colors with great slogans. Again, all, Glory Company lyrics, all your promises are yes and amen, from one of the songs off the new album, and I Believe from one of the songs off the old album. We got limited edition memorabilia for super fans who want to own some. And we're going to only do like 50 of the handwritten lyrics or 50 of the song lyric art in order to keep the value of the items for the buyer.
Oh, wow.
This is sponsorship. If people want to, if they love Dinky Donkey or another song and they want to sponsor that song specifically or a whole album, they will get credited. They'll get all sorts of goodies back in exchange for that. There's the one-on-one time we talked about. Emotional healing, songwriting session, session with both Pearl and I. Or
that
people can just give gifts. They can give any donation, or they can donate. If you press the donate button, you can just put in any amount you want.
That is amazing. That is just awesome. Wow. So are we able to hear some more of your amazing music? What are you going to play for us?
Absolutely. So next I'm going to play This Is Jesus, which is a song off the Dinky Donkey album that we started to mix a little bit of it in faith that we're going to meet all our quota. So This Is Jesus. This is just a snippet from that song.
This is Jesus hanging there on the cross. You are
That's one of those songs that kind of came out of thin air in just our family time. I just had a heart of worship and union towards the Father. We're sitting there doing other things, and all of a sudden I picked up the guitar. I just had the song in my heart. A lot of our songs just come out of thin air. And
it really has got such holiness on it.
Yeah.
Really, really has.
Yeah.
And a great Beatles feel.
Yeah.
Yes. More, Matt, more. Play some more.
Would you like another one? Okay, so I'll play you guys something off the second album, which has not been recorded in a studio yet. That's so that was a song that came out of spontaneous worship during a glory party. Literally, that song didn't exist till the night we just started playing. And that song arrived, the melody came to Pearl around the chords we were playing. Again, we get a lot of our songs that way. So that was actually a snippet from live from that particular glory party. And what we're gonna, it's the name of the second album that we'll be doing. And the exciting bit is to go back and revisit that song, because that's probably like 15 minutes long, and make a nice 4 or 5 minute version of all the best bits.
And what's amazing is that, I remember worshiping to these songs, and we were transported into heavenly realms. And whether you understand the concept of contemplative prayer, or perhaps the word soaking prayer, or if you are living in dual realms and ascending in worship, this music is just a part of that. Just amazing. Yes, let's play some more of that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So music's interesting. It transcends things. It comes from the heart. It's got its own frequency, and being in union with God is all about frequency. But there are so many different types of music, so many different genres, and there are so many different ways of being in union. We've discovered, years of playing at David's Tent and Love Fest and our own glory parties, we've discovered union through so many different formats. And so this next track that we're going to play, again, now this was a spontaneous song. It did not exist. We had a private glory party during our sabbatical with our team, and this song came out of thin air. The melody, everything. We just started playing, and it was great. But I love this one. It's called All Around He's There. Melody and lyrics from Pearl spontaneously generated on the spot. And it's exciting because this one is kind of, it's a dancey one. I don't know, I love everything about this song. I'm really looking forward to recording it. Here we go.
Awesome.
Look down the road now, walking on the street now. Look right, left, up, down, all around he's there. Walk down the street now, look up, look down. Look right, look all around he's there. Walk down the street now, walk all around now. Look up, look down, look left and right, he's all around. Walk down the street now, look up, look right, look down. Look all around, look all around he's there.
I love that track. I mean, she didn't come up with ooh, it's like
I got the whole download. I remember that night, when we were playing that, and it was a really nice bass thing going on, and I just started hearing this fast speaking thing, which hadn't been my normal oohs and ahs, you know. And so started singing it, and you know, walk down the street. I just started singing this. Walk down the street now. I see this, you know, this child, and I see this tree, and I see God there. And walk down the street now, and I see a grumpy person. And believe it or not, I saw him there. You know, I saw God there. He's there. He's everywhere. You know, it's just spontaneously inspired song from heaven, and it was so much joy. And everybody was just really enjoying it. So
That
even
is
just
so
hearing
awesome.
it has that joy.
It still has
tangible
that
in
joy,
it.
and yet a real depth as well, which I love.
Absolutely,
So.
yeah.
Well, that's what happens though, isn't it? When we are worshiping in that heavenly dimension with the Lord, we're surrounded by the cloud of witnesses who are also worshiping with us, and the angelic, and we start to hear what they're singing, and we're singing it too.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Which is just so amazing, guys.
Yeah.
Is there another one on your hearts?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we have a couple more even, so that I prepared. Here's one I made earlier. So this song actually is on one of the live albums. This song came out of a spontaneous moment during one of our house church meetings. It just came, I mean, literally out of nowhere. I don't remember if you were at that one, you know, loads of, you know, you remember when it was like one rabbi teacher, one of us teaching, and 12 others, always, for some reason. It was hilarious. Anyway, this song came out of that, but then it launched into this other realm during one of the Days of Wonder conferences by Company of Burning Hearts, Justin Abraham, when he was hosting Ian Clayton. And Ian had taught about putting on, as standing in the four faces of God, and, you know, and intoning his name, Yod, He, Vav, He, with a different face for each of the letters. And so we had this spontaneous song, and this just came out over it. So even though it has been released as a live version, we're really excited that we're going to be able to create a studio version, a really properly produced studio version. Close your eyes for a second.
Wow,
I can add more of that.
That's amazing. I can see Justin Abraham with us.
Yeah,
he was with us several times when we were worshiping to that. That's just amazing. That's so awesome, guys. And you are also offering court sessions, spiritual sessions, ascension sessions, FaceTime with people. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah. So, you know, one of the items that, you know, I mean, when you're putting items up and you want to put some deep connection time with people, I mean, the price tag might seem steep. It's funny because as I said, we're not trying to price ourselves and charge for our time and make you pay for a prophecy. It's not really like that. It's like you choosing to give a trade into our vision and our dream. And in exchange, this one particular face-to-face is both Pearl and I concentrated for an hour with you on a Zoom call, praying or prophesying over you or having a court session with you. It really depends on what you choose to have with us. I mean, if you just want to have a cup of tea and a chat with us, that's fine. We'll do that in the realms on the sea of glass. But, you know, we will enter into union with you by the Spirit, and we'll go before the Father together and we'll see where we go. But if you have specific desires that you want, for certain prayer or whatever, we'll enter into that with you. But, so we'll engage with you, and that's what that is. And it is a 250-pound item. We're only doing, I think, 10 of them. Again, because of time, we do have 4 children who are all in school. But we'll arrange it with you, and it'll be both of us, which is why it's a higher ticket item. 250 pounds is, it's about $300.
Yes. Awesome. So if somebody wanted to go to Heavenly Court to get something sorted out in their life, maybe somebody who's got a ministry that they feel isn't working out as it should, or perhaps a job, or maybe a family situation, or even a group of people, is that the kind of thing you would welcome coming and spending time with you?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's what happens is, the technical side of it is, if you put that item in your basket on the website and chose that as your pledge, you would immediately get an email so that you could communicate with us, so that we can plan when to discuss with you, and if you need to come in with a family member, come in with a family member, where we say one-on-one, but we just mean face-to-face time with us.
Yes, that's awesome. And I know you guys dwell in heavenly places. You have been walking the dual dimension walk for some years, and it's been really powerful. I've witnessed that. But for those of us who might be watching who haven't experienced that dimension yet, are you able to give us a little activation, maybe demonstrate stepping into that activation? Does music achieve that at all?
Absolutely. Everyone, and Ian teaches about the 7 spiritual gates. I think it's the 7 spiritual gates. Maybe it's more, someone can correct me. It's a great, that gateway booklet is brilliant, but
Yes.
spiritual gates, there's so many different ways that people access it. People are different, and some people it's reading the Bible, some people it's meditation and prayer, some people it's worship. But the interesting thing about who we are, I guess, part of our spiritual DNA is worship. It's always been worship. Glory Company is a ministry and a band, but really what it is it's us being in union with Him as close to 24/7 as we can be, and us extending our sphere of influence over others. So if we're doing a glory party or any event, or worship event, or any speaking event, we kind of extend ourselves over the whole thing and everyone therein, to bring even those who may not necessarily normally be able to access through worship, to be able to open it up so that we can all go in together into the heavenly realms. I'm sure any of you who are engaging with us right now as I speak are already perhaps feeling the heavenly realms coming around you as we begin to engage.
Yes.
We have many songs where we sing about throne room experiences. One of our songs is Holy, Holy. And, it's a song about going in and coming before the throne. So I'll play like a minute of it.
Okay.
And we can all enter in together. Just picture yourself, use your mind, your sanctified imagination, because you have the mind of Christ. Picture yourself, we go up and into the throne room. We come before the throne of God, where the angel's already there.
amazing. That's so precious. Thank you for sharing that with us. So if you are watching and you would like to come and have one of those 10 sessions, do find the website and could you tell us the website address again, please, Matt?
Yes. So the website is, and I'll share it for a second, is www.rocketfuelhq.com/glory company, glory-company. Although there are also links on our Facebook page and there are links in the YouTube video as well. But that's how you get to the first page, basically, if you have glory-company after the slash.
Okay, wonderful. That's awesome. So if you would like to come and take one of those 10 sessions, I know how powerful that is. And no disrespect to anybody's pastor or fellowship or anything else. Sometimes we just need more than we currently have to assist us through whatever we're encountering and going through at that time. So honor to you guys. That's just so awesome that you're offering that. That's just amazing. I'd like to go back to asking about the actually creating these songs professionally. So we're talking about the need to raise £17,500, I think it is, which is about 22,000 American dollars. Could you just walk us through the price tag for that? You know, what has to happen? Where does that actually go to?
So through the Rocket Fuel website that we've established, there are a number of things that you can engage with, and so that's how you come in and you give or trade or there we've also made the shop, so you can just you can trade by buying items and however you do it. But Dinky Donkey was recorded 10 years ago, so it's time to release it. It was recorded 10 years ago by me over a period of 2 years when I didn't really know what I was doing and I was just teaching myself. And then after I mixed it the best I could, and I thought, oh, I got it, this is it. And then I'd play it in the car and go, oh, this is terrible. And then I'd say, oh, okay, I got it, this is it. And then I go, honey, listen to this. And we'd listen to it on some speakers and go, oh, this is really awful. And then we went, you know what? We need you to sing. Because when we first started, Pearl only said it was an Oz. And by 3 years in, she was like a different person, You developed so much, became the melody maker, And so we got Pearl to sing, but because we're busy parents and our children were much younger, took ages to get the recording done. So we did a recording session and 6 months later, we would do another one. So after 4 or 5 years, we thought, right, we got it. We're there. Everything's hunky-dory. And then we started remixing and had learned a lot, and it was sounding so much better, but it was still didn't sound professional.
Yeah.
Didn't sound good enough to release, really.
Yeah.
It was muddy, it was terrible. And then the Mac where everything we had done, it had to go in, and for 3 years it sat in waiting to come back to us, and it came back
just
2
like
days ago, just in time for this.
Yeah. I'll add, just from a non-technical person whatsoever, because you asked about the amount and what entails in that amount. Okay.
Yeah.
So mastering, what is this? Mixing, what is it? So we sing on the microphone, it's recorded, and then the mixing is getting EQing all the frequencies and getting it all to sound level and kind of good. And in the past, this is all, still in the present and the future, this is part of creating an album, okay, and it needs to be mixed, the sound levels, and that's very technical stuff that he does with lots of buttons that I don't understand. However, so you know how you
But
have
you
an
know
old,
when it sounds good, right?
yeah, okay, but you know how you have like an old album and it gets released and then now remastered. So you mentioned Beatles. So like, okay, so we've seen some albums from the Beatles, and then sometimes an old album gets re-released, now remastered. Well, basically it's remastered because it sounds like it was 20 years old, like 20, 30 years old.
50.
And that's, or 50 or whatever. And the sound quality, just like a photograph, you see a photograph from 10 years ago and you think, oh, wow, that's a really old picture. Because the quality keeps moving forward. And it's the same thing with sound. So a sound that we produced 10 years ago, it sounds quality-wise like it was produced 10 years ago. And so the only thing that we can do all the mixing and equalizing that we can here on the computer, but the mastering is the next step so that we can release a product that doesn't sound like a home video or like a, you know what I mean? Or like a cassette tape with like a demo.
Yeah.
And that's what the mastering is all about. And that's how this company, Rocket Fuel, has gotten involved, because they're the pros. They're the guys that master and do all the marketing and all, they know all of that, how that works.
Yeah.
And so we've kind of linked up with them, and this is how they've kind of set this up and these ideas to have these chats and stuff. And that's why it's like that, you know, that amount is like, wow, does it really cost that much to produce an album? And actually, you know, we're producing 2 albums out of that. So we're kind of squeezing out, you know, them getting 2 albums. You know, normally like an album can be like 15 from what I've heard.
Well,
you know, like 10, 15
when,
isn't it? Something like that. So
when professionals go in, you know, they spend weeks, months in the studio. They spend hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
So of the money is being raised, 1/3 of it is just to mix and master Dinky Donkey, because we've already recorded all 10 songs.
Okay.
So it's just mixing and mastering. And then 2/3 of it is to record, mix and master the Sound of Heaven, the second album, which has all the other songs that didn't get recorded for Dinky Donkey, plus a bunch of new stuff that we wrote that God gave us during sabbatical.
Yeah.
Some 3 a.m. wake ups, I tell you. Yes.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for explaining that to us. So you actually have professional teams who are coming in and doing stuff at a professional level, so that you will have albums that could be sold in any high street music store.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need the album quality to be much higher,
yeah,
in order to be able to get onto the digital playing radio systems like Spotify and you know, and all the other, you know, I mean, it'll go onto iTunes. Anything can go onto iTunes, Amazon Music, and Spotify, but that doesn't mean it will necessarily get onto a playlist.
Yeah, or like a Christian platform,
or
you
radio,
know, all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, so
yes,
it needs
so
to be
much
that same quality. For
so
sure.
much. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we really want this music out professionally across the world to start to bring the message, come up here.
Yes.
Through the church, to start to release people from the religious spirit. There's so many people who have just been flooding out of churches. Wounding and confusion has been happening in this season because of the religious spirit, because people are looking for the more. Where is the more? What is it? And we really want to see this coming to them and inspiring them, and actually taking them in the spirit by the hand into those realms, and unlocking the understanding of intimacy with Father in those realms. That's just awesome. So you've got a thermometer on your website so that we can track with you guys on progress, and we can see how you're doing on that, and we can keep on telling our friends and sharing until we see that completely filled up. And then are you going to keep us updated as to the progress and the expectation of the time for the completion of that, and when we're going to get it
Yeah.
into our hands and computers and so forth?
Absolutely. You know, we have, you know, the fundraiser runs basically from today until June 30th. So we gave it a decent amount of time because it was a, you know, a higher amount to raise.
Sure.
So it runs all the way to June 30th. And, you know, over the course of the next 5-6 weeks, 40 days, that's what we did. We did 40 days. Over the course of 40 days, nice number for us. We'll be doing updates. We'll be you can enjoy on the Facebook page and YouTube channel the Chronicles of Dinky Donkey, which will be coming to you soon.
Yes.
We have, of course, our fundraiser video, but we also have a blooper reel,
Yeah.
which is coming out, which should be fun.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's also a behind the scenes expose, the making of Dinky Donkey, which will be coming out as well. It's a very serious matter.
That is amazing. That's amazing, you guys. And we actually had you at the conference, both of you, in Moravian Falls 18 months ago. A global community in Yeshua hosted that. And are you guys, is it legal to travel? Are you invitable to come to conferences and do worship and lead people in heavenly activations?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a very good question. You know, speaking and doing worship with people is just part of our DNA, because you know, we don't consider ourselves pastors or apostles or blah 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 blah. We consider ourselves mamas and papas to people, and we just want to love people, and we want them to feel the Father's heart. So, you know, any way that we do that, be it a Zoom conference until full lockdown restrictions have stopped and it's safe to travel, and thereafter, then I'm sure you'll be seeing our faces if we get invited places, either as worship or as speakers.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So the question I think on everyone's minds at the moment is, after the albums are actually professionally produced, where are they going to be available? If I wanted to buy my brother a copy of this album, how would I do that?
The beauty of the Rocket Fuel platform is three things in one. It's Shopify. So we have a new shop basically where we will continue. You can go anytime to that shop and buy any of the items on there. And as new items come, we'll keep adding to the shop. So every time there's a new CD or whatever, it'll go on there. Yeah. You know, and like when this fundraiser is done, you know, we can take the sponsor Dinky Donkey down, but you know, we can always keep things up for other sponsorship and other things. And so that's a good place. It's also like Patreon. It has a membership part to the platform, which is quite exciting, which I guess I'll bring up for a second. So it has a membership part to the platform where if you want to sponsor, like Patreon, you want to sponsor Glory Company and be a monthly partner for us to help us with all our creative endeavors and new music, because we're still writing songs constantly and hearing songs all the time. Then there's 4 different tiers from a £10 a month listener, 25 an engager, 50 a Patreon, or 100 inner circle. And there's various levels of reward, from a new monthly worship based podcast that I'm going to be doing for everybody, to advanced listens to music, to being credited on every album and getting every bit of music before anybody else, to even inner circle, where we ask you to come and, you know, and what, you know, once when we need it, we come in and input into, you know, how we can better engage, or what better artwork to present, or, you know, what type of album to do next, things like that. So it's that. And then obviously it's also like Kickstarter or some of the other fundraising pages we're doing this fundraiser. And once this fundraiser is successful and we've fulfilled and done both albums and released them, you know, maybe there'll be other fundraisers down the line. We'll see as Papa leads us.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, have we got any questions from the floor? Would you like to ask
Bring the
anything?
questions. Bring the questions.
That's a good question, whether we have questions.
Anything
Someone says-
anybody wants
Somebody's
to
saying here, what? Sometimes I put that on repeat and sleep to it. 8 hours of Yad Hey Vav Hey.
That
That's
is
so
lovely.
cool. Please write your questions in the. Oh, that's you, Heather.
I'm just looking on YouTube to see if anybody is, I don't see anybody yet on YouTube who's put a question. And I'll quickly go to
that's
the
amazing.
Facebook page.
Have
and
we
see if
talked
any-
yet, Matt, about how people can be supporting you guys monthly?
Yeah, that's what the tier system was. The anyway, but you can.
Yeah, so on the
Just say
Rocket
that-
Fuel page, you can go to the membership section and you can, if you so feel it or Papa leads you, you can commit to monthly support. We do also have Patreon page. You can find Glory Company on Patreon. That's not music specific, but it doesn't matter. So we've got Patreon or we have Rocket Fuel. On the glory-company.com website, there is a gifts and trading button as well for kind of one-off stuff. But at the moment we seem to be going, as the shop is on Rocket Fuel, the fundraisers on Rocket Fuel, and this new membership system's there. I think that's probably the best way. rocketfuelhq.com / glory company, or is it glory dash company?
Wonderful. Again, please, Matt.
It is, and I can even bring it up. Why not? It is rocketfuelhq.com / glory dash company.
Can you copy that? Put it
Awesome.
in a note and
I can
just
put
make
that
it big?
into a note. Yeah.
That's so great.
Make
That's
it
so
big.
great.
Let's do that.
So then, while he's doing that, Pearl, can you tell me how many songs are there available to sponsor in total?
I don't know that actually. That's a technical question. I'm not doing a lot of the talking because he's the one like doing all the donkey work. No, just kidding. That's a dead joke. Okay. He's doing all the technical and he's doing all the what are you doing? What on earth? Okay, he's being distracted. Okay.
Donkey,
So
okay. Okay, how many songs are there, Matt?
There are 10 songs on Dinky Donkey, and there are 10 songs on The Sound of Heaven. So what we've done is we put you can sponsor a whole song, mixing and mastering on Dinky Donkey on the Rocket Fuel page under sponsorship, or you can sponsor an individual song off The Sound of Heaven. And then if you choose to sponsor a song, you'll get an email from us saying, hey, thank you for sponsoring a song. There are 10 songs. These are them. And I'm going to enlist them and say, please choose which song you want to sponsor, because every sponsor will be credited on the album and in the internet literature for specifically for sponsoring us on a track. Now, obviously there were only 10 songs on each and everybody can't sponsor the same song, I guess. So we were going to have the first come, first serve. Whoever grabs Dinky Donkey first gets to sponsor Dinky Donkey. And then the next email that goes out will only have 9 songs on it, and so on and so forth.
Which one?
Got it. Yes.
So somebody already.
Somebody has sponsored one song off The Sound of Heaven, but they said, we don't mind which song. So they're all still free at the moment because they didn't choose a specific one.
I'm surprised they didn't pick the donkey.
Well, they sponsored off The Sound of Heaven rather than off the Donkey album. So they have, I thought maybe they'd choose Yod Hey Vav Hey.
Who
or,
knows? But they love the donkey.
I know.
Okay, awesome.
The donkey is up for grabs.
Awesome. So if somebody wants to help to sponsor, but hasn't got the whole song, so how much is it to sponsor a whole song?
So the professional costs to mix and master one of the songs of Dinky and Donkey, they are £500 each, which admittedly is a little over $600 at the moment. I think maybe $650. And then the songs of The Sound of Heaven, we need to record, mix, and master. So that's £1,000 per song. So I think that's around $1,200, $1,250.
Okay, so if somebody wants to come in but hasn't got $650, can they sponsor a part of that song? Like you come into the mix of that and be a co-sponsor. Is that possible?
I had not thought of that. I don't know if the website allows for that at the moment, but that is interesting. And as this is a fluid thing that we will be engaging, we will have a consideration whether people can maybe go in on half a song or a third of a song. That'd be interesting.
Or like a group of people or something.
Or a
like
group,
that.
or I don't know how the website would handle a group of people. I think the people would have to group together outside of it.
Yeah.
And say, and
we are so-and-so.
yeah, like, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Sponsored by
yes.
OFBA or sponsored by GCIY or, whatever.
Absolutely. So you guys have got a Facebook page that is called Glory Company. So then we can be chatting on that page. If you would like to come into this, but you can only, sponsor a certain amount, like $10, $20, not than that, and you would like to get together with others and bring this blessing, jump onto the Facebook page, Glory Company, and we will have a conversation about that. And for everyone who is in global community in Yeshua or our Father's Business Alliance, do drop us a line if you would like to be part of this sponsorship, because we are going to be choosing my favorite songs. I mean, our favorite songs. Sponsor.
Heather will be dictating. Heather's after that donkey, guys. She wants a donkey before anyone else gets it. So you guys, if you want to get in with Heather, you got to get in there. So listen, we only have 2 minutes left, and I would like to just say we do have multiple hats. We do various things together. If you want to hear more from me, I am part of a global arc for Our Father's Business Alliance coming up Sunday, May 30th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, United States. That's with Justin Abraham, Pam and Steve Vandenbalk, Zachi Perez, and Heather. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I am also part of the Unlocking Your Business Scroll Conference, June 18 and 19, with Ian Clayton, Stephen Pam Vandenbalk, and Mark and Kate Wilburn. That's going to be a blast as well. And if you want more, you haven't had quite enough tonight. This was supposed to be Matthew and Pearl Nagy. I apologize profusely, my wife.
It's all about me.
It's all about me, Jesus. But tonight at 8 p.m. on Kingdom Talks, we have, we're going to be having an interview with Gil Hodges, maybe Gil and Adina, I'm not sure. I think Heather's going to be there as well.
Yes.
We're going to have a blast. So we're going to get to do some shameless plugs of the fundraiser. Yes. That is the fundraiser. This is the graphic I should have brought up earlier. To pledge anything, to trade into Glory Company, go to www.rocketfuelhq.com/Glory Company.
That's awesome, Matt. And if people want to buy tickets for either the Global Arc with Justin Abraham or the business conference, Spirit Business Conference with Ian Clayton and ourselves, which website do they go to actually get
they go to Our Father's Business Alliance. I'm sorry, is it .net or .org?
It's net.
It's .net. Yes, of course, because we have a net over the world. .net, go over to ourfathersbusinessalliance.net, which unfortunately I did not put that graphic up. I do apologize. But go and you can get tickets to either of them. Is it there? Oh, is there ofba.net as well? Look at that. That's on that one. We forgot to put it on this one. We must change that quickly. Anyway, guys, we love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you for having
Bless
us.
you. Thank you for coming.
Love you back.
Love you guys.
Thank you guys.
Shalom.
Love you. Everybody, you guys are amazing.
Thanks for all the love and all the support, you guys. Truly. Thank you.
Thank you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Blessings
Shalom.
and bliss. Bye.
Yes, blessings and bliss. Okay.
dog. Are we still live?
Says we're still live.
It does.
Cut it. We want to have a chat off this. Want to see? I don't,
Well,
somebody. I guess I'll just cut it.